Welcome to this video series about deviant categorization. With this, I mean the effect of suddenly seeing a completely different way to think about something. Take for instance the sudden realization that all of us could die at any given time without warning. This is what this video series will be about. 10 of these different ways to view the world and those in it, depending on points made in both science and yes, speaking like this was completely necessary. Number 10. Whenever you see an object, this object is actually all colors except the observed color. Everybody knows that white light consists out of all colors together and splits up with a rainbow. When this white light touches an object, however, the object absorbs all of the colors except one, which it sends back out. And when it touches our eye, we see this color, and therefore see it as such color, even though in reality this is the only color that it hasn't absorbed. So the answer to what color is a fire truck? Not so simple. It's actually everything except red. Now let us get to the good stuff. Number 9. Colors do not exist. The things we call colors are actually only exist in our minds, as it is merely a category, to be able to differentiate them from one another, so that we can observe our surroundings. In fact, light is made of the exact same particles that both radiation and radio waves are made of. The difference between them is nothing but the energy the particles have. This means that outside of our own minds, colors do not exist. They have no meaning, and any extraterrestrial would have no idea what we were talking about. Should we tell it? Well, that was some cool sciencey stuff, so let's move on to some philosophy. Number 8. Causality isn't necessarily always true. What I mean with this is that if you hit a punching bag and it moves, you assume that you did this. But in fact, you can never be sure that it didn't happen due to some other unforeseen cause. Of course, one could scientifically test where the force that pushes it came from, but even fancy science could hypothetically not work. The outcome of tests could be changed due to some other unforeseen cause. Of course, none of this is plausible, yet it is possible. It could happen. It probably won't, but you will never be sure. And therefore, you can never truly be sure that your punch caused a movement, even though you sense no other possible source, even if all the scanners in the world don't detect anything else. The possibility is there. So these were the first 3 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed them, and I would really appreciate if you could post constructive criticism. Don't just post, "It flippin' sucked," because that doesn't help me or the videos at all, so there's no use. Unless it makes you feel better about yourself. I suppose you could then, if you wanted to.